You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. More than 100 million vaccines have been distributed across the country, yet we're still seeing an increase of coronavirus cases. President Joe Biden and his administration, they have been telling these states not to open up 100% and to encourage people to continue to have a mask mandate. Now, the World Health Organization, they're urging countries to stay the course with mask mandates and social distancing rules as the world approaches a significant phase of this pandemic. Again, cases have increased 14% globally, marking the 6th week in a row infections have risen. American cases have climbed 20% over the past couple of weeks, with an average of 65,000 plus cases per day. Now, the recent spikes bring the worldwide total to 128 million COVID-19 cases and 2.8 million deaths since the onset of the virus. Joining me right now is Dr. Ebony Jade Hilton, Associate Professor, Anesthesiology and Critical Care Medicine at University of Virginia. Ebony, always glad to have you on the show.
Look, how are you? I mean, it's been a long time.
It has been, but you've been a little busy as well. I'm good. I'm waiting for April 9th when I get my second Moderna vaccine shot. Picked my parents up from the airport today. Both of them have both of their shots, and so they're happy about that. We now have the CDC also saying that if people have had their shots, it's safe for them to travel. But let's talk about these rising cases. Folks cannot get lax and get comfortable.
Right. You know, it's one of those things I've said from the very beginning. Our behavior is more risky for us than COVID will ever be because people just don't want to be patient with the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic and we're almost to the finish line. At this point, over 100 million people have had at least one dose of COVID vaccine. We're 30% there. We need to get to 80%. If we can be patient for a few more days until we can get more people vaccinated, we can get back to normal life and keep people alive.
Again, you have these states lifting these mask mandates in Texas, in Mississippi, other places. Alabama did not. Of course, you got Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida being a complete asshole every time we turn around. And these people are acting like, oh, this is no big deal. See, everything is just fine. But infections are still there. Deaths are still there. And even though we hit 100 million vaccinations, that still ain't the whole country. And the biggest group, these white Republican men, they're the ones who don't want to get vaccinated. So we still got to deal with them walking around not vaccinated.
Right. And what we're seeing, if you look at the numbers for white America in particular, we are seeing a dramatic increase. We've gone from back in September, about 9,000 white people died. October, about 10 to 12,000 white people died. Then when we hit Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, there's a tremendous jump to 27,000 to 42,000 to 47,000. And between February to March, we had 58,000 white Americans die from COVID. In relation, 10,000 Black Americans died from COVID between February and March. So that tells you just how big of a difference. And at one point, Black people, we were 5 to 6 times more likely to die from COVID. Now it's been cut down to 1.9 times more likely to die. And it's not because less Black people are dying. It's just that more white people are dying. So, yes, we have to be vigilant.
And you've been making the point that Black people are not afraid to take the vaccine. The problem is the access to information, where to get it, being able to go to those locations. That's the issue. All of these states, Maryland is talking about the problems they have. Maryland's gotten $54 million. I'm like, where's your media campaign? Why are you not aligning with people who can drive people to vaccinations? It's like they've gotten total $500 million distributed by the White House. There was some $2 billion, of course, assigned by Congress. And I'm like, these states, what are you doing?
Right. I mean, it's one of those things, too. Again, when we're talking about this pandemic, after this whole thing is done, what I don't want people to get comfortable with is us going back to what led to these disparities in the first place. They need to take those $1 trillion that they're now pumping into the system and plant hospitals within our community. We should have the things that contribute to overall positive health from the ground up. So investing in our educational system, investing in our housing and transportation, cleaning up our air and water supply, combating these environmental racism and these industrialization of our community that led to us being sick in the first place. So yes, they can do these mobile clinics, and I'm very happy for them right now, because like we said, many Black people are not saying they don't want the vaccine. Many are saying, I have questions, and that's appropriate. You should always question things. But they just want to be educated about, tell me what you're putting into my body. And once I can make that decision, if this is a risk, benefit calculation, if I see that it's riskier to get COVID than for get the vaccine, then many Black people are saying, when is it my turn to get my shot? So make it available to Black people, and then set up permanent structures within our community so we don't have to go through this ever again.
Absolutely. And please repeat again for the idiots out there who say, man, these dumb masks don't work.
It's one of those things. And when we're looking at the vaccines this week alone have just really showed that they are effective. Pfizer put out their 6-month data and looking at clinical trials, and 91% effective for those at 6 months out. That's tremendous. So I was happy. I'm walking around smiling and bouncing. I mean, I have mask lines on my face because I'm still at work right now, but I'm happy. And then we showed that it's effective also in kids 12 to 15 years old. I have a 16-year-old niece and nephew that I'm thinking about, and how can I make sure they're protected? So yes, we have a medicine that can work. People, trust the process. There's millions of us now that have been vaccinated, and we don't have horns. We're not changing colors. Nothing has happened. Protect yourself, protect your family, stay alive to see 2022. That's it.
All right, Dr. Ebony Hilton. Michelle, appreciate it. Thanks so much. Always good to see you. Y'all, Ebony was tweeting last couple of days. She is sick and tired of this cold weather in Virginia. And trust me, this morning, the feel like was 27. And you were the first person I thought of when I said, seriously, I got to put some fleece on.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm all the way mad. And I don't even have a big coat with me. This is it today. So I'm going to freeze when I get out of here. But
all right, Doc, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, Ted. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.